Hey people, it's Nayas talking. Now this is a recommended readings video. Now the book I'm recommending is The New Jim Crow. Now some of you may have heard of it, but this book is by Michelle Alexander, and it basically talks about the establishment of the prison industrial complex, the drug wars, and the system that has been put in place after Jim Crow to just put black Americans into a system of slavery, which is actually far more vicious in a way than the system of slavery, because in the system of slavery, you could theoretically get out, whereas in the prison system, once you're in, there's no way to get out. Now, this is a very interesting book. Most of us already kind of know these things, but it goes into incredible detail how these things operate and the laws and situations that make these things happen. And I plan to do a few videos about some of the case laws in this book, because once you actually read about it, it's just maddening. And it also shows you how they basically created a system where legalized discrimination is both illegal and yet perfectly legal if you can meet some, how do you say, conditions that invalidate the idea of racial profiling. I mean, I was just reading one which said that basically, as long as you can prove that race was not the only reason you stopped someone, like they had a clothing on, or they had a vague resemblance to someone who may have committed a crime, or they live in a high crime area, then it does not matter that you are racially profiling. And it also explains how we have situations like Bill Cosby and Brock Turner. Now you might think, well, how can Bill Cosby be sent to prison for 10 years for alleged crimes that happened decades ago, which have no physical proof, but may work on a he said, she said basis? But how can Brock Turner, who was physically caught in the act by witnesses doing it, only got 6 months? And this book explains how this system operates and how it comes to be. And for me, it proves what I've always said, that Tijuanian black Americans really do not need to be trying to reform this system. They need to be trying to get out of it. Because going to what I've said about integration, when you have a certain question, you have a certain answer. When you have people saying, how can we exist in the system and make it work for us, then you get these kind of integration laws which seem to fit people in but don't, and then you have all these Jim Crow laws being passed, like the war on drugs and mass incarceration. If you change the question to how do we separate from the system, well then it changes the answer entirely, which is to be separate and to have your own nation. I'm not going to go too deep into this because I've already spoken about it. When you read the book, it's just like, it covers what we already know, but it's staggering. Anyway, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, leave my GoFundMe in the description. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave that there as well. Peace.